I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alright, so housekeeping, these proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose and apparent accurate written minutes. Recordings are overridden following the approval of the minutes within all official records of these proceedings. Alright, any guest?
Abby. It's Abby, she's a junior.
Abby, do you have anything to add?
Our intern over here.
Nothing? Nothing?
Sorry, we're good.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 15th, 2025?
So move.
1 second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion. All right, so this. Do you still have the copy of the new wordage or no? We've all went through it, so
I forgot to bring it printed,
No
but
worries.
it just changes where it says.
yeah, it's just that one spot.
Yeah, Emergency Operations and Training Center to Open Space Advisory Board. Like it should.
So do I have a motion to vote to amend the bylaw change?
I'll make. Go ahead, Sarah.
No, you got. I'll motion. Sarah, second.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Application update?
Okay, so the Pine Run easement or Lehigh Water Authority project is just still working on their due diligence. Or Don said that's looking to close maybe sometime next year, probably now. And the Resika project has officially closed, which I'm very happy about. I'm still working on getting them their reimbursement check. But they got their acquisition check, the big chunk. That was 175. And now I'm just waiting to give them 5,000 for their reimbursement. And then that'll be all done.
So they got the money, where'd they get that money from? Where that exactly?
Like,
The 170, yeah, where did that come from?
Is that the county's portion? Or is-
yeah, that's the county's portion.
That's the county's portion?
Yeah, that's our portion. Yeah, I did like our first,
$8,000.
yeah, that's the overall amount. So I did that first voucher. To
Wow.
give them that check,
Okay.
and I overnight UPS next day air mailed it. And they got it within less than like 24 hours.
So then the process being the first one, you
They're gonna be,
nail down and it's kind of the established process?
yeah, there will be some slight things that I'm gonna change, mostly the payment request form and the reimbursement request form, which were just office internal items. But like we noticed, it didn't clarify at the top of the form, Carbon County will fund up to 50% of your project or reimburse up to 50% of your cost. So they accidentally filled it out for 100% because their financial person isn't the same grant writer Jack who we met. They have multiple people like submitting different things. So I had to call him. Dave and I got on the phone with him and explained, we only reimburse up to 50% of this. So now from now on, that'll be clarified at the top. So in case that ever happens again.
So it wasn't a deal breaker.
No, no, Jack knew that ahead of time. Just their financial person on the project didn't realize that and tried to put in for all of it. They're like, hey, sorry, we don't do that. And then we learned, we'll add that into the form.
The source of the county funds is they're still working on how they're gonna borrow the money.
I don't know that I know all
Heard
the
anything?
details or what I can and can't say.
Oh, well, I didn't.
I don't know that. Oh, God. I don't know that.
Yeah,
It's okay.
interesting.
I
Did the
mean,
commissioners have any comments on the process or project or anything?
on the project or the
Yeah.
process?
Yeah. Any other than the stuff you pointed out as far as?
No, I don't
Okay, I
think
was just
so.
curious.
I'll probably ask. I should still ask.
I think once we scored it and submitted to the county for them to make the decision, I think that's where the back and forth was, and it was positive and, and,
Pretty quick.
Mhm.
Very
Yeah, Anna, you did a great job. I just want to tell you that.
Yeah, you did fantastic. Kudos to you.
For the first time that
Yeah.
you did my
Did you have
minutes.
to like be on their butt to get it moving or? Sorry.
Just.
No, I'm like, oh no, Anna's here
It
again.
was a lot of back and forth between me and their office staff. Yeah, oh yeah, and with our admin assistant, like I had to work a lot with her. She showed me how to submit everything properly and back and forth with them because they were telling me, oh, we're actually using like this special funding source. Like it's not just one of our typical planning budget numbers, because that's not just in our planning budget. So yeah. Yeah, it was a little bit much, but maybe.
As you get the flow of it.
Yeah, it was a good, smooth first one.
How
Lot
did-
better
That's
than I
amazing.
expected, lot
That's
better
really
than I
amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Dave, how did you feel about the whole process?
With
How'd you feel about the whole process?
State
Compared to what you've done with farmlands.
State takes.
For the most part, it went smooth, which I did have a talk with Anna about it, we may wanna change like the payment reimbursement form, make some things a little bit clearer. Basically, maybe even create a line item where they put in how much it cost and then a 50% line item. But it's easier for us, it's easier for everybody else. Other than that, everything else went smooth as far as I'm concerned, from basically the whole board standpoint and everything like that.
Yeah, I had to figure out,
Usually things don't go fast.
so our program manual says that we can only write the check to the title company. And that, they were a little worried about that. They need the check, to clear and everything. I couldn't just give it to Natural Lands, the applicant. So, yeah, but got that all figured out.
great,
Yeah,
Yeah.
worked out the kinks.
yeah, me too. So I'll
Smooth
tell the rest
sailing
of them.
on number one.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. And then we'll talk about the celebration event as the next thing for that project.
All right, on to number 7, the project celebration.
So I sent an email to everyone about this event. If you could please fill out the registration if you plan to attend. We're expecting it to be 1 hour. Natural Lands will be providing water bottles and granola bars. Just so you guys know, there will be light refreshments. The invite list consists of the Natural Lands staff working on the project and with me, so Anne will be there, and Kelly, who's helped do all the marketing stuff. The county staff involved, so Dave and I and the commissioners, you guys, the board members and the advisors. Game commissioner representative has been invited, the East Penn Township staff and any of their representatives. And representatives from Doyle Heffley, Senator Argel, and Ryan McKenzie's offices. So at least representatives from all of them have been invited to attend and speak. So that should be fun.
Do you want contacts from McCormick and Fetterman?
I thought about that. I've been meaning to ask Kelly because she kind of put everything together and she just did like our direct areas, even though I know we work with the other neighboring ones.
McCormick one is 8 parades from Tamaqua, so it's not
Okay.
that far.
Yeah. But she was the one who did all of the reaching out to them, like she got their emails for me to send that to. But I can ask her.
No, the more dignitaries are the better,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Do you know if Natural Lands is gonna have a map? Like a foam board a map showing the props, alert, what was in the Times News?
I forget if we talked about that or
What
not.
they had in the paper was nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just blew that up and had a poster.
I
That would
think
be
we
nice.
might have talked about.
That
Yeah.
would be nice.
I think a visual is really important.
Yeah.
And we can get foam board, it just goes on foam board, on a map on foam board on a tripod. So who from the county is, are obviously the commissioners are invited.
Mhm.
I guess once you know who's coming, then you can put the program together as
Yeah.
to who's speaking.
Yeah,
Because the commissioner should be offered
yeah,
an opportunity.
yeah, I invited
Yeah,
them to speak.
and maybe the chairperson of the advisory board.
It is speed.
Why not? You should.
I love speed.
I'll second that. An introduction would be sufficient, right? This knowledge.
Right.
Like the governor.
Yeah, I mean, just think of the hierarchy. So it'd be the commissioners, be the chair of the advisory board or his or her representative. And then maybe yourself.
We didn't plan on me speaking, but I.
You don't have to, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, it would be nice, because you're in charge.
David likes to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to have too many people.
Yeah. Because you're not only celebrating that first acquisition, everything we do is an advertisement
Yes.
for the other municipalities, just like we'll be talking about the regional meetings we're having. It's promote.
Marilyn, is the crew gonna be there with the video?
You read my mind. So I was just going to say, I shared the press release and all the information with Kate, and she's going to see if we can get somebody there to do some filming. So I will confirm that, Anna, and I'll let you know. And the other thing I did think of is, making sure that we're contacting TV13 directly so
Yeah.
that, if they could send somebody out for local news, that would be great.
I definitely will be contacting them and the Times News.
Do you have like a direct contact?
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, I have,
Okay.
I have Rachel's email
Okay,
and,
okay.
And
Yeah.
try NEP and WBRE. Now see if they'll show up.
okay, what's it?
WNEP and WBRE.
Oh, yeah.
No.
The more the better.
Channel
Right, of course they say is no.
I don't think, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the campaign, they were quite a bit.
I'll reach out to them.
And it's rain or shine.
Yeah, it has,
It's
it's a
under
pavilion. Yeah, so that's the plan. We only have it approved for that day. And East Penn was very kind and waived the fee.
Oh, very nice.
So
Sounds very nice.
Do we have a sign for this project or no, not yet? I heard we-
No, I'm still working on that, so
Okay.
just gonna talk about that. I guess, I finally got the quote back from the second company I reached out to, and it came in a lot lower than Dan Hawk, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they started the whole county admin process of trying to order those signs. I don't know how long it's gonna take or,
Is that person a local person or?
yeah, they're up on
Oh.
903. It's,
Oh.
I was at Frontline.
yeah, yeah, it was a really good price. So,
You can make a mock-up just for the.
yeah,
I was just gonna say that if we don't
Yeah.
have the signs yet,
I could just print something big.
print something big
Right,
on
we should
another
probably
fountain.
have something,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
cause we,
Yeah.
That's exciting.
sounds good.
All right, anything else?
Yeah, so I'll send out a reminder about the event and an invite to the press.
And we have to register.
Yeah, you just register.
We all have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so far we have a good amount.
It's easy peasy.
Answer.
Easy peasy.
You could not
The
register.
link was right on
Yeah.
email
I
and
did
then
not
there was
look at it.
directions.
Okay. I'll send out a reminder to do it, like,
Okay.
it's a month in advance. We sent it out a month or. Yeah, that's all in that though, Fred.
On to number 8, municipal outreach updates.
Okay, so, next upcoming things we'll be doing are Lower Toe on July 1st, which will complete the Kittatinny Ridge region. We did complete the Northeast region, so Kidder, East Side, and Penn Forest. I'm gonna plan to reach out to them about the workshops. Hopefully tomorrow, I'll probably reach out to them. And possibly July 3rd, we'll be going to Townsend, which would which would start the last group of them, which is like the Lehighton area. But I just reached out to them again today because I called them and they were like, contact us in a couple weeks. They're, I decided if they're gonna have the meeting the night of July 3rd. Based on.
And that's still in same township.
Yeah, Townsend Township. So that, we might end up going there in August, that would be then, but we'll see. Otherwise, we'll be starting that region, I think with the early Lehighton, maybe sometime in early July or mid-July.
So the 21st is the Franklin.
Oh, yeah. I definitely will be reaching out.
21st of July.
When is?
21st of July. I
The
thought
Lehighton one.
we had Franklin on the 15th.
Oh, that's what I had in my spreadsheet. Might not be right.
Oh, my bad, it is.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I would not consider people for Monday night.
Okay.
No, forgive me,
Okay.
because they're like,
Yeah, 50.
they have a committee meeting, board meeting,
Okay.
at least mentioned to be heads up. so.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, just to remind everyone what Anna and Dawn are doing, and I'm there also. It's just passing out the flyer and really introducing the program to the municipality and finding out who their point of contact is. So that's been going well.
Yeah.
And these have been mostly evening meetings.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them was at 1 PM.
Okay.
And it was like the first one we went to.
But no, most of them are evening.
Yeah, all the rest of them. have been.
On to number 9, regional municipal open space program workshop updates. So
These are about the same, but we had the first workshop, which was in the Northwest region. Which had a small turnout, but it was still successful. We had a big map printed and we heard about the potential projects they're thinking about and got to give them a lot of useful information and insight on the whole process. And I think we got good feedback. Dave talked to some of the guys after and they said they thought it was good. Our Dawn and I's presentations ran a little bit longer than we expected and we still had a lot overlapping. So I think we'll be able to shorten that because it ended up being about like an hour and a half and we were only expecting it to be an hour. So we would like to keep it closer to an hour. Yeah.
And if I may just add a few things to that.
Yeah.
What we ended up doing because the new county comprehensive plan is done and on the county website. The new Greenway Trails and Open Space Plan is on the website. And with the maps, and so I would encourage everyone to look at the Greenway Trails and Open Space. It's less pages than the comp plan. But there's some really good stuff in it, really good. HRG did a great job. So how we did the agenda for these workshops was Dawn did the acquisition 101, which we've done here quite a while back. Anna did a summary of how the grant application works. And then it was really great because we had Dave, planning director, come and talk about planning. Because what we want to do is in educating these municipal officials, we want to explain what our program is in the context of how to plan their township or their borough and how it all relates. So it's perfect timing that the new comp plan is done and the Greenway plan is done. And this has been wonderful. Dave has partnered with Jared Soto, the new economic development person at the Chamber and Economic Development Office. And he came along and spoke for a few minutes about the return on investment and the economic benefits of open space. So in my opinion, it was the most interaction with municipal officials to talk about open space and planning that I've really ever seen in Carbon County. And thanks to Dave to get the Banks Township, 2 of the supervisors there. And then the other
The Packer Township.
Packer Township.
Supervisor.
So it was a great dialogue. They talked about issues with some potential development and some of the things we're dealing with at the county planning commission. So that's how we're gonna conduct it in the future, try to trim it down a little bit. But then we had a big map of that region. And it showed all the forest tracts, 50 to 100 acres, 100 to 200, and then up to 500 acres. So it was just from the county mapping department, but it showed the tracts of land. And to have a good dialogue, to have all these municipal officials around the table with this map. So even though we only had 3 folks there, it was great. And I hope, we can build on that with these additional meetings.
And Maggie from Wildlands, she's the GIS person at Wildlands, she made the map. So that was really nice.
And
our
this was
GIS
just like the
firm printed it.
Weatherly area, what?
Yeah,
Right, this was,
northwest part of the county.
Yeah.
and how many, who was in the weather?
Packer, Lehigh,
The
Beaver
zone?
Meadows, Luzon, Weatherly, and Banks. So yeah, and with the map printed, the big version of the map on the table, we also had the county parcel viewer website up, which we could add the layer to include the zoning, what the areas were zoned as. So we got to see like what was the special conservation, all that kind of stuff, and that was really helpful too.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's good.
And we even put up, the county the planning department's website,
To
how to get to the comp plan
and the
green
return on
plan.
environment study. Yeah,
It was really good.
yeah, that's nice. I will definitely let you guys know about the upcoming one, since I know you guys are more in the rest of that area. I know Dave was the only one who lives up that direction, so these upcoming ones I'll definitely let you guys know about, since you're gonna be able to attend and be a nice friendly face.
Well, and we're
Municipal
even,
official.
I'm sorry. We're working on July's, trying to figure out the date, but in the future, for regional meeting, and I just checked to see if we conceivably could do it and still stream it, that we would have a regional meeting where if there wasn't much content on our agenda, that we would have a short meeting of the open space board and go right into this regional program. And so you all could see again. I mean, it's even though I've dealt with it for years, it's good to look at what Anna is saying and what Dawn is saying, just to refresh everybody's memory as to how this world of land acquisition and easements works.
And then we do have a streamed version of the workshop, which is kind of nice.
So maybe we'll have a joint meeting sometime.
Yeah,
the show on the road.
Yeah, maybe July or August, we'll be able to do that, because the July meeting is coming up quick, so unless everyone from Penn Forest, East Side, and Kidder happen to be available, probably maybe do it in August, and maybe we'll even just do it here and have the Jim Thorpe meeting here with this group.
And because of the funding that we as Wildlands have to help not only the county, but these municipalities, Dawn gives that commercial also.
Yeah.
So that if they are thinking about an acquisition and want to talk to us, we're available to do that.
So when is your next one scheduled?
The next workshop, we don't have it scheduled. I'm going to send out the doodle poll for it hopefully tomorrow. I was just checking Dawn and Dennis, like their availability. And then I'll send out a bunch of dates and times to those 3 municipalities and do whatever works best for them, so we can have good attendance. That was my plan for that, instead of just kind of giving them a date.
So who are the 3 that you're missing?
What was that?
Who are the remaining 3?
So for the next workshop will be East Side, Kidder, and Penn Forest. And those, we've already went to all of those. we haven't gone to like this Lehighton region, those meetings yet, Mahoning Township, Lower Toad, Townsend, East Penn, Lehighton Borough, Westport, Perryville, Bowmanstown. We haven't been to that region at all. That's in July and August. We'll get to those and then we'll schedule their workshop. They're like kind of the last group, I think just because they were so big. Yeah. So, yeah.
And I think sometime down the road, just thought of this, and to volunteer you. No, that at some point, once down the road, that we would go to a commissioners meeting or get on the agenda just to explain, just to update where we're at with this municipal outreach. I mean, we really wanna flood the county with this information so that, to look for good applications, and no one could say they don't know anything about it.
Anything else?
I don't have anything else. I don't think anyone got any questions.
I don't have anything with the questions. Any further business? Nothing? Have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that. I'll second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
What's the time?
Adjourn.
6:57. See you guys.
Thanks, Marilyn.
Bye.
We're gonna finish.
There's a good executive sub